even people, conservatives who are convinced Obamacare is a bad idea, don't want to throw it out. But they continue. And so are people aware of the Supreme Court case that has been taken up now?
Yeah.
So what's really interesting about that, and this is where I want to model how we would do communication, and not just communication, organizing everything we do. I have to integrate the two, all these things together differently, is there's nationally a lot of healthcare advocates, Democrats and progressives, just want to crawl under a rock and say, oh my God, the Supreme Court's going to go, and they're going to take away subsidies from all the states that don't have their own exchange. Right? That's what the case would do. It was generated by a right-wing think tank, the Cato Institute, by their healthcare policy guy named Michael Tanner. I've actually debated on the video a couple times. He's actually a very smart guy, but he found this alleged drafting error, even though it was not the intent of Congress, no matter what. So let's say the Supreme Court, by the way, the Supreme Court's going to make this decision in the environment of public opinion. So I've been telling people who call us an email and say, what are we going to do? I have a pre-existing condition, and they go, I'm going to lose all my subsidies. I tell them we need to change public opinion enough so the Supreme Court won't dare do this. But the way to do that is to focus not on the Supreme Court, but on state and federal government. And so let's start with federal government. The opponents tend to be in red states, right, that did not build their own exchanges, right? So Congress could fix this alleged problem in one sentence. All they do is pass a sentence amendment, a one-line bill that says that subsidies in the Affordable Care Act apply to states with their own exchanges or states with federal exchanges. Period. Why won't they do it? Because they will not do anything to improve or help Obamacare, because it must go no matter what. Then what are they doing? They are deciding to take away health care from millions of their own constituents. In Wisconsin, there are 126,000 people, there'll be more after the current open enrollment period, who have subsidies. They pay an average of $1,400 a year in premiums. They'll pay over $5,000 a year in premiums on average if the subsidies are taken away. In other words, most of them will not be able to afford that. So and who's taking it away? Paul Ryan, Jim Sensenbrenner, Reed Ribble, Duffy up in north central Wisconsin, because they will not vote for a one-sentence clarification. And they're going to make it so that people in California and New York get subsidies, and those in Wisconsin do not. So why aren't we creating this tremendous backlash against Congress for its sabotage of healthcare reform? By the way, we passed a Rubicon. This is why they've been so aggressive up until now. It was one thing to take away coverage that was promised to people. It's another thing to take it away from people who already have it. Okay? A lot of them with pre-existing conditions, a lot of them early retirees, a lot of them farmers, other people who don't have health insurance at work. So this is emotionally visceral, and we can use it to re-explain to people why we had to do healthcare reform in the first place, and to define their character as people who would take away your healthcare to get their way. So it's an opportunity. State government, the same way. All the state of Wisconsin has to do is create a state exchange. And if we won't do it, we're taking health care away from those 126,000 and growing people who get the subsidies. And so we should be putting pressure on them, which we will be doing. But we're trying to push national people to see it this way.